Well, it's 2024. So anyway, I wanted to go and make this video to talk about what I plan on doing for this year for the channel. I'm very glad. First off, I want to say I am very glad to have gained so many subscribers this year. I basically started my channel this year, and it feels really good to see that my videos have been doing pretty well and people have subscribed and liked and commented. Like, I don't take that lightly. Like, I'm very thankful that you people watch my content. Every time I see a video go into triple digits, I feel really happy about it. And so I just want to say a thank you, new and old subscribers, for subscribing, watching my analysis videos, or whatever I make. I just want to say I appreciate it. So currently I have about 2 analysis videos planned right now. One of them is about Marble Hornets. It's the one I'm working on currently. And it's going to be a pretty long one because Marble Hornets itself is 9 hours long. After that, I plan on making an analysis video on 3 separate games, being Omori, Milk Outside of Bed, Milk Outside of Bed, that's an actual game, by the way, and Cry of Fear, and kind of analyze their themes of depression and talk about, like, stuff I can relate with and my own personal story with dealing with depressing thoughts and low self-worth. Which, speaking of that, this year I had some pretty bad self-worth issues. I had moments where I just sit in my bed and just think, like, I'm worthless, I'm useless, what's the point of me existing, what am I gonna do with my life? And, you know, like, I had this for a good while, but recently I've been doing a lot better. These thoughts have been going away. I've been feeling a lot more happy about myself, more positive about what I'm doing, and I'm just happier with myself in general, so I'm glad to say I'm recovering, basically. For projects, I plan on working more on the Mandela Catalog Lost Love series and Afton Archives. Afton Archives, I really want to make the human characters feel human, because the main reason I kind of made Afton Archives is it's going to sound really dumb and petty. I basically made it as a fuck you to Steel Wool for the way they portray the story. Like, I'm not a Five Nights at Freddy's fan. I wouldn't really consider myself one. I used to be when I was like 12. God, my mom probably wanted to kill herself with how much I talked about it. But for me, when FNAF 6 came out and it was the ending at the time, it felt really nice. The series had wrapped up, all the loose ends were mostly tied, but there was still just enough to keep you guessing on what was really going on. And then Steel Wool comes out and says, yeah, all that heroic shit Henry did in Five Nights at Freddy's 6, you know, killing the killer, presumably setting the killer's son free as well in the fire, and freeing the rest of the souls and reuniting with his daughter. No, that didn't happen, though. See, the funny William man put his brain in a fucking computer. And basically, I made Afton Archives not only as basically a fuck you to Steel Wool, but I really felt like one of the main flaws with actual FNAF that Scott Cawthon himself has is he doesn't really give the human characters a lot of humanity. I'm pretty sure the reason Henry and Elizabeth are 2 fan favorites is because they have the most fucking personality. They have characters, they have goals, you can understand their motives. Even Elizabeth, who's a basically psychopath by the events of 6. Michael Afton, I don't get why people say he has a personality. He talks twice. And the Mandela series, I'm going to be working mainly with Act 2, and I mainly want to work on focusing on Brian and Holden's relationship, because I feel like in media, same-sex couples are often portrayed as these happy couples where nothing's ever wrong, they never have arguments, they never have disagreements, they never get into fights. Yeah, I'm not doing that with Brian and Holden. Yeah, if you wanted a chipper queer love story, you ain't getting that from me. That, and I want to try to kind of sort of lean away a bit from the religious themes. I feel like Act 1 just bashed on Christianity a bit more than I probably should have. I'm still gonna have parts that point out, like, some negative things with religion, but I'm gonna try to dial it down a bit and focus more on Holden and Brian and the alternates and yada yada. For God Is Taught, I'm gonna try to work more on it. I didn't work on it for like 2 months, and I kind of feel bad for people who actually wanted to see more of it. All 7 of you. But I do want to try to work more on that and focus more on its dark and twisted themes. Me and a friend were talking about some ideas for some shots and scenes, and he gave me a really, really messed up scene idea, so I'm probably going to try to execute that in the next one. As I want to say this, I know God's Taught is made via Gary's mod and Half-Life models, but the series itself is not related to Half-Life. I just want to get that out of the way in case people thought, like, this involves some German combine from Half-Life. I want to try to make more music for God is Taught. I feel like currently there's only 2 songs, and one of them is just an old distorted record song, so I'm going to try to make more original ambience for it. The one that you heard in Rescue Mission, I was really proud of that one. That one I think is really eerie and fits the tone of finding that giant room. And next up, I want to talk about some other creations I want to make in the future and that I have kind of in a back burner. One of them is a Silent Hill kind of short film, I guess you could say. It's probably going to be about 30 minutes long if I can get it to be what I want it to be. If I'm lucky, maybe I can even make it an hour long. That would be a dream, to make an hour-long short film. It'd be made via drawings in my absolutely beautiful art style. I mainly wanted to focus on some dark topics, such as same-sex abusive relationships, same-sex rape, women raping men, a lot of sexual topics, to be quite honest with you. But also I wanted to feel unique and avoid the whole, oh no, I killed someone but forgot thing that every fucking Silent Hill has done since 2. Instead, it will be more of the character learning their actions had an impact that they were completely unaware of, which I don't think has really been done in Silent Hill before. I already got a friend of mine who's willing to voice act the main character, so yippee, I'm not voice acting the main character for one of my own projects. God, that makes me feel like a fucking asshole when I do it. I have to voice the main character. I have to. Fun fact, Jay and Neko, who voice act the Afton parents and Brian's parents, I voice act their kid. Neko voice acts the mother, and Jay voice acts the father. This has happened twice, and I have 2 nickels. Another one I want to make is a sort of, I guess you'd say, experimental-ish one. And it's fan series for Inside, and basically I want it to be you see and experience the story with absolutely no dialogue. There is not a single lip of dialogue, with maybe the exception of a scream or a gasp. I already have some plans for it. The main part I feel is hard is trying to recreate the confusion of the Inside world, because the main thing with Inside, in my opinion, its appeal is seeing a world so weird and different from ours and trying to figure out why did they do all this. And I haven't really invented anything new to kind of do that. I've just kind of had the whole mind control helmets. I've had the weird underwater girls. You know, I've had these weird-ish things, but they're more or less already in the game. I have come up with a location idea, but I'm not going to spoil it in case the series ever goes into production, but I'm semi-proud of it. It feels a bit unoriginal, but I think I'm proud of it. And finally, another project I want to make at some point in the future is a sort of, how do I describe it? A Skinamarink Slenderman-esque thing, where basically it's about a group of people that encounter Slenderman and just like seeing them all have to suffer and deal with his presence. I don't know what I call it. I remember an old title I had was like Slenderman, an Old Tale, because the whole idea was his story was that he was just an old myth, but looking back, that was a shitty backstory. So, I'm probably gonna go and try to mess with his backstory a bit, definitely make a better title. But I know one of the main things for Skinamarink inspiration-wise is the analog kind of bits to it, and how you would probably not really see the characters physically for most of it. You might see like their back or maybe their face once or twice, but you would just more or less just see them like holding a camera trying to figure out what's going on. I want to try to make more shitpost videos. I was semi-proud of the Preparing for Violence video, although it definitely had too many parts that were just too long. I need to cut it down from the like filler and just have it be pure funny. I don't know how to describe it. But I'm gonna try to make some more shitpost videos. I might make another Cruelty Squad shitpost, I don't know. I can't really think of another Pilot Red Sun or weird audio to use as a base for it. Ultimate Fuel, I had to really stretch my brain out to make that one. But to summarize, basically, I want to make some new projects, continue working on already existing projects, make some more shitposts, and make more analysis videos. It's pretty much my main goal right now. I don't know how to end off this video, to be honest with you.